This is Bill from BookFuel with a couple words about how free can help sell your book. Now, there are a number of ways to make your book or parts of your book or your whole book free that benefits you as an author. Let's start with probably one of the most obvious ones, which is to take the advanced chapters or the initial chapters, perhaps even the first act of your book, and make it available for free. If you haven't looked at a website called Wattpad.com already, I highly recommend it, especially if you have a YA or a young adult book. Entering free chapters into Wattpad can generate a following, can generate interest, and can generate valuable feedback. You can also put free chapters from your book up on your website. Getting people into the narrative of your story, or getting them into the beginning of your prescriptive nonfiction recommendation program, is a great way to get them hooked on your characters, or your advice, or your credibility, or your world setting, or your inciting incident. Offering the beginning of your book for free is probably the best kind of trial that you can do for your audience. Think about when you go into a bookstore. You'll often walk up to a book, pull it off the shelf, take a look at the cover, read the back, open the cover, and read the first few pages to see if this book starts out interesting, starts out to be something that you might like to finish, where you then take it up to the cash register and buy it. So giving free introductory chapters of your book, whether it's on your website or on someone else's website, is a great way to generate interest and generate trial and eventually sales, of course, of your book. Another element of free is to do free giveaways of signed copies of your book, or of just copies of your book. What comes to mind, of course, is Goodreads. Goodreads has a great giveaways program for authors who are bringing a book to market, but you may also want to do a giveaway program on your own website. So, for example, you may want to get, you might want to engage your fan base by asking them to take a picture of them reading your book in some exotic location or in their favorite location, and let them know that, you know, every week you'll give away 5 signed copies of your book to the 5 best pictures that come into your website. So that's another way to engage your fans and perhaps turn some of them into super fans. The last free that I want to talk about is the concept of giving away your whole book for free. So a lot of authors do this using the KDP Select program. They'll select a few days a month to generate free downloads. There's a lot written out there on the web about whether this is really, in the net, effective for an author, whether it makes money or not, but it is certainly a technique that a lot of people use. But the free that I'm talking about is permanently free. Now, permanently free is usually only best when you have a series. So you've got a trilogy or you've got more than 3 books, and you really want to get people hooked on your protagonist and your antagonist and your world setting. There are a lot of authors who've been very, very successful making the first book in their series free, because when you get to the end of that book and you find the link to buy the next book, and there's a small cliffhanger, you know, you resolved what happened in this book, but you set up some conflict for the next one. There are a lot of readers out there, and I'm one of them, who will definitely want to go buy the next book in the series. I mean, I've been through series that have 9 or 10 books in them, following that exact strategy. First one was free, got very excited about it, and I bought the rest of the books one by one in the rest of the series. So if you're writing a series, think about the value, once you have the second or third book out, of making that first book free. If you have any questions, ask your BookFuel advisor.